Do you have a big decision to make? Maybe you're trying to decide if you should start a new business or quit your job. Or maybe you're just trying to decide if you should buy a new car or even a new house. Decisions can be hard. I want to take you through a step-by-step process so that you can understand exactly how to make a good decision every time. Coming up. Hey guys, I'm Curtis Riley, aka Preach from The Real Rileys. Our goal is to give real advice for real life. And trust me, I've made plenty of mistakes for you to learn from. And we are one family with multiple channels. We've got a channel on how-tos, on faith, on marriage, and ministry, so check them out. But the purpose of this channel is to discuss real business, real content, and real income. And we also offer online courses, personal coaching, and more. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and that lets YouTube know that you're finding value in it. And as our free gift to you, we wanted to hook you up with our PDF and mini course called The Self-Made Studio Setup. I'll show you the exact gear that I use to set up my own studio. Just go to therealrileys.com. Now, let's get into it. Now, this video was originally made for our how-to channel, but I thought to myself, as a business owner, there are so many decisions that you have to make and so many choices that you have to make that you guys would really benefit from being able to make good decisions. So I don't know what decision you're trying to make today. Maybe you're trying to decide if you should buy a phone, which phone you should buy. Maybe you're trying to decide if you should buy a guitar, a bigger purchase, maybe a motorcycle. The answer is yes. Or like our example today, maybe you're looking at new computers. Either way, I want to take you through my step-by-step process so that you can make a good decision and a wise decision. Today, we're going to use the example of buying a new computer. Now, if you're just starting this conversation, you might still be wondering, should I get a PC or a Mac? And that decision's already done. Just listen to what God says and buy a Mac. Not sponsored. But really, if you haven't even made that decision, you can use this process to narrow it down. Before you get into making your decision, you need to decide what you need to decide. I know that sounds weird, but just get clear. What decision am I trying to make? Today, I'm trying to decide which computer I should buy. So the first thing you need to do is you need to compare the options. You need to see what options are out there, what choices are out there. You need to look at all the different models that are available. You need to look at all the different brands that are available. And you need to even look at the different kinds that are available. For example, Mac versus PC. They're both laptops. If you haven't wrapped your mind around what all the options are, you're not going to be able to make a good choice. The second thing you need to do is you need to compare prices. And the easiest way to do this is to look up the same item on different websites or go to different stores and see what they're charging. Whenever I'm making a decision, I almost always immediately pull up Walmart.com, Amazon.com, and BestBuy.com. If I'm buying a guitar, I'll pull up GuitarCenter.com, I'll pull up Sweetwater.com, and I'll pull up Amazon.com. Not only do you need to decide which model you're going to get, but you need to decide who you're going to buy it from. And trust me, you could save a lot of money, especially if something's on sale with one store. The third thing you need to do is to compare the features. Now, this can get kind of crazy and can kind of bog you down, but you need to actually go through the list of features that your product has. If it's a computer, does it have USB ports? What type of USB ports? How many USB ports? How much storage does it have? How fast is the computer? What type of screen does it have? What type of resolution does that screen have? How big is it? How much does it weigh? What kind of battery life does it have? Almost every product you buy, their website is going to show you a list of the features that it has. Go through and read them and get familiar with them, especially if you're trying to decide between one model or the other or one brand or the other. Something that seems similar might actually be pretty different when you get down to the features and what it actually does. Hey, can I stop you right there? And will you take just a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel? That helps support us so that we can continue making videos just like this. Number 4 is think about what you need it for. How are you going to use the product? Or if it's a bigger decision like, should I take this job? Then you need to ask, how is it going to work for you? How is it going to benefit you? Or how is it going to apply to your life? For example, when I'm looking at different models of computers or even different MacBooks, like a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air and the different sizes, I've got to ask myself, what am I using this for and what do I need? I personally don't mind having a smaller screen, but maybe you have bad eyes, or maybe you have glasses, or maybe you just prefer to be able to see your screen even better. You need to know what your own personal preferences are, the things that you can't live without, and the things that you could live without. Number 5 is read some reviews. Or another thing you could do is ask some of your friends or ask other people. Talk to other people who have owned this, who have made this decision before, who have been to this place before. They've already made the choice you're trying to make. So see what they thought about their choice. When I read reviews, I like to read the lowest ratings and keep in mind that a lot of them are just mad. Then I like to read the highest ratings and keep in mind that a lot of them are just fake. And then you get to the meat right in between and kind of look at the average. What's the star rating on average? What are people saying on average? Somewhere in the middle is probably pretty true. But if you've got a lot of people saying, hey, this is a scam, or this doesn't work, or I'm not happy with this, or this is a piece of junk, then you know right away, that's not the decision for me. Number 6 is weigh the pros and cons. I'll just give you an example. Going back to the computer, the MacBook, you might say, well, my screen is a little bit smaller. That's kind of a con. But a pro of that is, hey, my wallet is going to be a little bit bigger. Every product you buy or most decisions that you make, there are going to be negative things that come along with it. Not everything is going to be positive, or it'd be a pretty easy decision. And at the same time, every decision you make is going to have some pros. You need to kind of look at how many pros do I have with this choice and how many cons or negative things do I have with this choice. If it's really lopsided one way or the other, that makes your decision really easy. And you also have to kind of decide, what am I willing to give up and what am I not? And hey, if you're looking to create your own content, you might be interested in creating your own studio. So make sure to check out our online course called the Self-Made Studio Setup. I'll break down exactly what I use in my studio and how you can build your own. Number 7 is you need to make a choice. Sometimes we will get stuck. You don't want to get stuck. You might even put a time limit on yourself. Say, I'm going to take a few hours, or I'm going to take 24 hours, or maybe it's a bigger decision. You say, I'm going to take a week or maybe even a month to decide. But when that time is up, you've got to decide. You don't want to get stuck in research mode and learning all about the products and learning about all these different things. You can get caught up in the cycle where it's like, I can't make a decision because I have too much information. Go through all those steps and just think about it. Don't worry about it. Just think about it. And if you're religious like me, then you can pray about it and ask God. We'll have an entire video on our faith channel that talks about how you can make a decision or see what God's will is for your life or for your decisions. So keep an eye out for that. And the last part of making a choice is evaluating your choice. You might be asking if somebody's got a good return policy. Maybe you're regretting your decision. Maybe you're happy with it. Evaluating the choice that you made is going to help you make the next choice and the next decision that you have to make. Make sure that you learn from your mistakes and make sure that you learn from the things that you did right so you can keep going in that direction next time. Now it's time to get real. Will you comment below, what decision do you have to make? I gotta know. And if you have more questions, make sure to check out our online communities where you can ask questions, be encouraged, and be a part of our live Q&As. Don't forget to check out our other videos like how to start an online business or some of our other channels like how to play the guitar. But until next time, keep it real.